All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Man, it has been at least 6 months, probably closer to 7 now. Man, there is a lot of stuff to cover today. I might as well just answer, where have I been? Life has been where I've been. It's been extremely busy over the course of this summer. I didn't actually work on our own farm just because we're not usually always busy enough in the summertime for me to actually stay busy. So went and worked for a neighboring farm over the summer. So obviously I didn't really want to film on somebody else's farm for one. After that, then it was just kind of like all of a sudden school started, and then I've been extremely busy doing that. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was time to go combining. And then it was just go, go, go. And then I was also trying to work for somebody different than the person I was working with over the summer, trying to work with them as they were getting started with harvest before we started. And we ended up starting probably 3 weeks earlier this year on corn than we thought. So we were combining 26% corn, which for us is pretty unheard of. And then that happened, and then we started doing a few more cornfields. But yeah, I've just been extremely busy on the YouTube side, or on the farming side, and kind of trying to step away, not really trying to step away, but just how it turned out was ended up stepping away from the YouTube side. That's basically just explaining where I've been. Life, man. Overall, good year. Good, as successful of a farming year as it can be with commodity prices as they are right now and just that kind of thing. So, I mean, you can only get so good in farming right now. So that is a little bit discouraging. A few years ago now, actually, man, it might have just been a couple years ago, my first ever actual video I ever did was more of like a machinery tour / farm tour, and it was with my old Android phone. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to edit a video. I might not remember how to edit a video even now, but you know, we're going to give it our best. So this is basically going to be the newer and improved machinery tour. I don't think anything's been added that you guys don't know about. We are just going to do a little bit of a equipment tour, because from the last time we did it, we got a few more new pieces of equipment. All right, so the first thing on the list, my truck. 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ, 114,000 miles. It's on the stock wheels. As of right now, they're like 31s and 18s. The wheels are right there. We just took them off because we got snow outside, but you'll see that later. So I'm not sure what year this is. I want to say it's like 2012. John Deere 4320 with a 440R loader on it. To my understanding, this loader is not supposed to be on this tractor, but they got a quick connect hydraulic conversion for it to run a newer loader. So I don't know. I haven't really seen any difference in the loader, I guess, but it's a nice loader. Quick, you can attach it with one person in probably 3 minutes at tops. We do have a canopy on it with a fan underneath it. Yeah, runs just one of the other utility tractor, which is right over there. Next utility tractor, this is a 2003, I think. John Deere 4310. This is, I think, the first tractor that my dad ever bought. It's 30 engine horse. Did everything under the sun for probably 10 years. Mowed all of our waterways, all of our ditches, did all the loader tractor work. And then it started to kind of get relieved of its duties. And especially now with the 4320, this gets used for all the smaller loader jobs, but any tree work, any PTO work, that thing gets put on because it's got more horsepower. So it's just more, it's a lot better. It's a lot better handling ditch banks because it's wider and still not as tall. It's just a better tractor overall. I have no idea what year this is, so I'm not even gonna try. Aluma It's an Aluma. I figured that out. 8220H, 20 foot, full aluminum, and this one is getting sent down the road because we may or may not have just gotten a new trailer the other day. That is a lot better than this. This trailer is nice. It's in good condition. It's aluminum, so it doesn't rust, which we really like that factor of it. However, it's just not built for what we want it to do. So 21 Polaris Sportsman 570. Picked it up brand new. Made a great rig. This does all of our spraying and runs around carrying a weed eater on it for weeding your own telephone poles. 2011, I believe. Case IH 330 turbo till, 25 foot vertical tillage tool. Bought it in April 2020, I believe. It does a really good job, other than we had a lot of problems with debris like managing residue this year because the corn was so heavy. And so these old blades are not very good. So new blades might be in the works for this at some point in the next year or two. 2013 Case IH 235 Magnum. Bought it in November of 21 after we wanted to get tractor replaced, our old 3594 replaced, and this was more of an impulsive buy. We weren't planning on going this new, but it was really low houred and was for a great deal for what we thought, and it's almost paid off. We got one more year and then this thing's paid off. These two rigs right here go together really well. They're basically built to go together, and it's got front duals, just kind of weighted down a little bit. Good auto steer. Got the ultimate cab, so it's got all the features in it. LED swapped the lights in it. Next up is our 1991 or 2, I think, 1063 corn head. Got JVL poly snouts on it with more of an aftermarket row header height control. Did a good job. I really wish I was filming, but we did have a little bit of a bearing go out and flames come up to about here. So other than that, it has done a pretty good job for us. We were this close to trading it in for 2206 like midway through corn harvest, and then it sold. Up next, this is our 2366 combine. It's a 1998. It was the first year that Advanced Farming Systems became a thing, so this was the first year, I do believe, where it had a yield monitor from the factory, yield monitor, moisture sensor, scales, all that stuff. It had that. Another kind of thing that was more, you're just kind of looking around, seeing what we could find for new combines. We had a 1640 Case IH before this, and it was kind of one of those things where we were just kind of looking around, seeing what was out there, and then we found this and couldn't pass it up. So needed quite a bit of work on the internals when we first bought it, but now she runs great, and I don't think we've had one problem with this combine. So this combine does great for us, and we plan to keep it. So this is probably the newest thing that we have, the newest big addition to the farm. This is a 2014 Case IH 180 Magnum. This was another one of those impulsive buys. I'm starting to realize most of these purchases were more impulse. Like almost all of the last few that I went through have all been impulsive. But so this is a 2014, and the other side is a 2013. This is, to my understanding, this is a Case IH 180 Puma, so it's got which is basically just a bigger loader tractor. However, it's got a different hood on it and the Magnum cab. So that's really the only difference between this and basically literally a big utility tractor. So this does all of our planting, and it does a little bit of our tillage. It did run this, our 330, when we had the 235 on the Ripper. So it does do a little bit of tillage, but it does all of our planting. And now we actually switched to this tractor being have the cart with the scale on it, so then this tractor gets more hours on it in a year, because we're trying to balance. We try our best to balance the hours of each of our tractors out the best that we can. Next up, 1998 Case IH 1020. Both this and the combine are the same year, so these things are practically built to go together. Does a really good job. We're very happy with it. We've had no problems with this header whatsoever. I don't think ever. Obviously, you've had broken sickle sections and guards, but you're going to have that on any other bean head in existence. So it's a 20-footer. If we had that combine before we bought this, we had a 17.5-foot one of these for our old combine. If we already had that other one, we probably would be thinking more of a 25. But we couldn't go any faster than like 3.1 miles an hour with a 20-foot bean head. So we have got no problems running with this header, and it does a plenty good job. Up next, we have two twinning 400 bushel Easy Trail gravity wagons. I think one's a year or two newer than the other, because one's a 400 and one's a 3400. They both have big fat floater tires on them. This used to haul all of our grain before we bought the grain truck, and now in soybeans we use them just to fill everything up, so then in the morning we can go take these to the elevator or the bin, wherever we need to take it, and unload them and then fill them up again. I don't know what year this is. I think it might be a 2000, it might be a 08, I'm not sure. Bush hog 2515, 15-foot batwing. Basically just bought it so we can do majority of our ditches in the waterways without having to use a little 5-foot mower anymore. I was not around to run our 5-foot mower on everything, but I was told that this was a very good purchase, which I do believe. We got an all-terrain shock Next bike, a Sidewinder mountain bike, another Next mountain bike, and a Honda scooter, shield off the combine, and a windmill siding for our house. Double 5-inch wood grain clapboard. Case IH 4300 field cultivator. I don't know what year it is. Might be like a 90. That might be 98 or 99. This just usually goes over any of our ground that's going to be planted in the corn over the spring. So let's go ahead of anything ahead of the planter that's going to go to corn. All right, John Deere. It might be 99. I don't know. John Deere 1760 12-row folding planter, and does a really good job. We really like this planter a lot. We might be mostly red, and besides the tractors, this is like the oddball out of the group. In the last few years, we've actually put some more stuff on it. So we put some yellow drag chains on it, some spike closing wheels, toppers on it, some hopper extensions. Completely rebuilt every row unit, all the internals in the row unit, so meters and all that stuff. Tubes, disc openers, gauge wheels, all that stuff. Control arms for the gauge wheels have all been replaced. And that was probably about 3 years ago. We just got 2 years ago. We put a clean sweep system with air for the road cleaner, so we can adjust from the cab how much down pressure or how much we want to raise the road cleaners with the air. And coming from people that have ran manuals before, because we ran manual adjustment where you have to use a wrench to adjust them for many years before we got this set up, and oh my gosh, this is such a time saver. Next, we have two almost twinning Brent 472 grain carts. They're both 500 bushel. One has a scale and one doesn't. They both have cameras in them. They're both good carts. They're simple. There's nothing really going on with them. This one gets pulled behind the 180. And the other one back behind there is a few years older, and that one gets ran on the 235. Everything in here is now done. That's everything that is in this shed that's worth taking time and going over. So now we're gonna go outside, and now we're gonna show you guys some of our augers, and then we're gonna go into the other shed and show you guys what we got going on over there. So if you can't tell, it's a winter wonderland, and it's not even Christmas. Because now it's supposed to be some highs in the teens and lows in almost to the zero and negatives. That is not our camper. That's my uncle's camper. triaxle, 40 footer. I don't know. I don't really know anything about it. Right here is what we call our junk trailer, which is legitimately what it is. I don't even know what brand it is. Dad bought it new. Took it through too much salt, as you can see, and it's all just surface rust. All we need to do is grind it down and we'll be good to go, but I don't think either one of us want to grind it down, so that's gonna probably stay like that. So that literally hauls our junk. That's why we call it the junk trailer, because it kind of looks like a junky trailer, and then it also hauls all of our junk as well. This is what they call our auger graveyard. That's what most people would probably call them. So it's I'm going to assume it's 21 because we got it in 2021. AGI Hutchinson 10 HX 1063. So it's a 10-inch auger. It's 63 feet long, and it only saw corn this year. We have corn in every single one of these bins here, and then we have a bin that we're renting a few miles south of here, or southwest of here, and we also got some grain in that one too. So next one is our AGI Westfield. This has not seen one corn kernel yet. We bought this mostly to replace our one that we bought a couple years ago. That is a full-blown piece of junk. We'll get to that one here soon. Next is our Mayrath 10-inch. Basically the same as this, only it's a Mayrath. This has seen quite a few bushels of corn on our farm. So this has been augering out all of our bushels for years now. We used to have another little auger like this, but then it blew over in a windstorm. So then this just became the main one, and we went and bought that one, which is a Westfield WR 100-31. It's the same idea as what they labeled this, or this is WRX 1031. This is a WR 100-31. This one has all kinds of holes in it that you could like shove your fist into almost. So up in here, it's not so bad on this side, but it's pretty bad on the other side. It leaks corn out the bottom here underneath the tube. So the flighting has completely wore out this actual tube that gets welded to this. So now it's just the middle of the support that's holding it together. Right here was the really big hole that you could shove your whole, probably 2 fingers into, which I see that is now duct taped. This thing has had all kinds of dings from semi-stacks over the years, so that's why I bought that new one over there. This one, I don't know what the year is, I don't know the model number. It's an 8-inch Mayrath auger that 10-inch one replaced. I won't be able to get them back out of here now. How to get some natural light in here. Alright, so this is the old shed. You guys, I don't think you've really gotten a whole lot out of the shed. You haven't really seen a whole lot of this. But rightfully so. I mean, there's stuff everywhere in here. It took me all day to get through this, so most of the stuff is just going to be a quick little what it is, and that's about it. So, BH, Bush Hog BH 216. Don't know what year it is. Farmall M. Has a bad radiator, leaks antifreeze or coolant terribly. Other than that, I think it runs pretty well. Is a 1940 Farmall H. This one runs, drives. We tore the whole back end apart not too long ago, actually just a few years ago. Rebuilt everything, put all new gaskets in it. So now this thing does not leak like at all. So now it's just a matter of time before this thing gets taken away, or I take it, sand it down, prime it, repaint it, and get some new tires on it and make it look perfect. I think this is a 1997. I'm not sure. DMI Echolot Tiger 527. This is basically a Case ripper because Case bought out DMI, and that is how Case got into the kind of the ripper section in the hydro applicators, is because they bought DMI. Yeah, this thing actually did get used this year. It did not get used last fall, as you guys probably saw. It did not get used, but it got used on a few acres this year, and it's kind of nice to be able just to run a ripper because you know you're just out there all by yourself. So I do like that. Over there is a M&W rotary hoe, 20 foot. I think it is. Bought it, never used it. Bought it sight unseen, parked it, and never touched it again. Over there is my dad's 560. I don't know what year it is. It doesn't really run right now. because it doesn't have a battery in it, and I haven't seen it run in over a year probably. 2001 John Deere 445. Easy Trail. 300 bushel, because we took the sides off. 300 bushel. Easy Trail grain wagon, which we have a hydraulic auger on it for hauling out our seeds. So this is basically just a seed tender. MTL grapple. I don't know what brand of forks those are. They're aftermarket. They're not Deere. They're not a big brand. I don't know. There's something. John Deere the Frontier forks for that 4320. That came with the 4320. 1984, 2294. Got some duals on her. But the white has all been repainted, but all the black and everything is all still original. So it honestly really is mostly still original. About 4,700 hours on it, I probably want to say. So for a 1984, that's pretty good. Westendorf land scraper, Land Pride 55, Land Pride, I don't know, probably a 5-foot rotary tiller, Bush Hog CBH 70. Goes on the back of the 4310. 2003 LX5. 1977 Chevy C60 Custom Deluxe. This thing is extremely nice. I think it's got like 20-some thousand miles, I think, and it's 1977. So she is in mint condition. It's kind of dark, so you can't really see, but it's. I don't even know if Dad even cleaned the cab out of this one either. Frame is spotless, great condition. Got it offered to us. Some guy came up and said, "Oh, I'm selling this truck," and we saw the pictures of it, and Dad went and test drove it and said, "How much?" And we bought it. The newest thing that we just got the other day, it is I've never heard of it before, a down-to-earth trailer. Don't know what. Never heard of it, but it is a pretty sleek design. So, it is a 20-foot tilt deck. We never had a tilt deck trailer before, but we are really excited about it because this thing just seems like it's built awesomely. It is all made out of steel, so I'm pretty sure they do powder coat these frames. So maybe we won't end up seeing any rust off of this, which would be phenomenal. Basically how it works, you'd undo this latch right here. Oh my gosh, and it would go back on me if I let that go. So you just pull that latch back, push it down, fold this latch back, and then it just goes right up nice and slow. And then you load some up onto it, you get it to its tipping point, and then it slowly just comes back down. You latch it, and it can move whatever you load it up, however you want it to load up. So, we got this out of Frytown Trailers, out of Frytown, Iowa. I'm actually wearing their hat right now. They're good guys to work with. Nice people. Got all kinds of goosenecks, trailers, deer blinds, all different kinds of stuff that I'm sure somebody can find interesting. So go check them out. They're great to work with. They got all kinds of different stuff for people. Got every trailer brand under the sun. Well, guys, that's basically our whole equipment tour. It was pretty. I thought it seemed pretty fast to me, but I'm also the one doing all the talking. And yeah, that's basically all I have. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you guys did make it to the end of this video, I thank you a lot. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Also, one last thing. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if I had posted about this or not, but I don't think I have. I can't. But I didn't think I had posted about this. Got some new tread for Dad's truck that he ran over the summer and the fall.